I did it wrong again. We're here, back with the Hellbreaker sequence, and Connor's in the background, but I hit his video real quick, and we're on this overlay, and but he'll be back shortly. We are here with the Hellbreaker sequence. Yes, it is real now. It is real. So, what do we want to do? I mean, I know that the new Harmony has wonders they want to build, the surpluses they want to gain.
Needs to take care of as
and
well.
Needs to take care of. Do you want to just start there?
Yeah. I would like to uncover some secrets.
Ooh. Do you want to go to the Vision to get some bonuses on Uncover Secrets? Because you can. Just saying. It's always an option now. When a family requests an audience with the visitant, their modifier for Uncover Secrets is boosted by spending points of treaty on the owner instead of data. But you do have 5 data, so you don't really need
treaty
that.
on the last watch, so I'm going to spend data on this instead.
It would be treaty on the recollection. So you don't.
I don't have any treaty on. Yeah, there's literally no connection between myself and the recollection right now.
Yeah.
So last watch. That's definitely the faction we're talking. Yeah. Okay.
But
so
yeah, you have 5
data.
data, so you're probably good on this anyway.
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and spend. Let's spend 3 data on this.
You also have tech. If you wanted to spend that 1 tech, you could get advantage on this as well. But it's up to you how much weight you want to put into this.
What other options were there for tech? Is there a way to turn it into...
You can turn it into a device that your character uses.
Yeah. I think I'm going to save 1 tech.
Yeah.
Since I've only got the 1. Because that is something
useful.
That I don't want to be caught without
when
I need it.
Sure thing.
Because, it might become a quest hook. Oh, I got to go get a piece of tech. But
yeah.
I'd rather spend a session going after something further along. So I'm going to...
secrets.
Mike. I'm going to roll Uncover Secrets with 3 data spent.
Perfect.
I don't get snake eyes.
We got 1.
Okay. Was...
But it worked. Yeah, 10.
That was fun.
Good thing you spent 3.
I could have used my... Enlightened Madness, couldn't I have?
Oh, yeah. What is that?
No. Wait.
Set one of the dice to 6 without rolling. Yeah.
Yeah, I could have. Oh, well.
Yeah, you still have a bunch of those. You need to make sure you use them.
I keep forgetting because they're on the second. But the character sheet's parallel, right? 2 columns. They're on the column that doesn't show up on my screen when you do the ping the character sheet thing.
Right.
So if I don't scroll sideways, I forget that block is there.
Yeah.
And then usually it's after my roll and I see a 6 or a 1 and I go, right.
Yep. I'll try to remember that too then to help you out there. Cool. All right. So 10 on a Uncover Secrets. On a hit, ask 1. And on a 10 plus, ask a second question or add to the map one of the following 3. So go ahead, my friend. What do you want to know?
All right. I want to know, how do I remove the need for morale?
Okay. Get a win for your family. That's the main thing, right? Like, do something cool.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a specific thing. I mean, doing something against the recollection might be a good way to do that. Or just in general, proving that you are truly the masters of the Tannerin and the Discordia.
Okay.
Making a show of power
So a show of power or some other response to the recollection.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then I'm sorry, my camera's doing weird.
It is, yeah. I don't know
why. Yeah, so let's do the other question then is I don't think as far as a second question. How can we best make use of the vision?
Oh, the vision, yeah. I mean, you could get him on your side, right? Like, he's a Tannerin. You don't have any. I don't know, and maybe this is, I guess, part of the answer to the question is revealing, right, that maybe the vision isn't quite so loyal to the recollection itself, right? Maybe they care more about their personal things than they do about the recollection as their like followers. Maybe they just want followers, not necessarily the recollection. Maybe they're not tied to them.
Okay.
And so the vision might be amenable to switching sides.
Okay.
It would definitely take a little work because it's a wonder, right? And Connor, spent a bunch of surpluses on it and stuff, so it would be a whole big thing. But it's technically possible. Oh, I mean,
Okay.
you could also, just go to him. Like he's not necessarily like, it's not like the recollection is going to stop you.
Mm-hmm.
He has boons to offer, even without trying to get him on your side.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I mean, that could be two birds with one really enormous and difficult to move stone.
True.
Right? Because nothing's more one up the recollection than by flipping their god or summoned boon giver to our side. But that seems a bit ambitious for
It does.
a single session.
Oh, certainly.
So,
if this was Burning Wheel, I would tell you to break that down into smaller goals.
Yeah, precisely. So in the meantime, can you flip to my character page, please?
Sure thing.
Thank you. Oh, hey. I could simply do an artwork, and I gain surplus morale.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
That's one of my options.
Okay, so you know what you could do? You could do a paralleling of their weird ziggurat dome throne thing. You could make some sort of architectural wonder art thing that would be like a counter to that.
That's not a throne for a god. This is a throne for a god.
That is honestly a great first step too, if you wanted to get the vision on your side, right? Hey, we got this nice cushy throne here for you. It's way better than theirs. Come on over whenever you want.
Look, they built a chair. I understand the discordia and understand that the fundamental assumption behind a chair is flawed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Do you want to plan an artwork then?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to do more than one of these items. If I want to try to do something, it's popular. People intuit your art's message. Those who best emulate it gain surplus morale or surplus culture, your choice. It's tantalizing. Someone in its audience desires to own or host it at any cost.
Yeah. You could also do 3 and do it's refined and get your surplus prestige, which, wait, do you have the need for that?
You don't.
I think you do, right? Because that was the other one. Yes.
That was the need we added.
Morale and prestige, yeah. Right,
yeah,
that could be a 2 birds with one stone situation.
Yeah. So we could actually start the longer game right now.
Yeah.
Rather than a small one-off artwork, I just start right away with this big three cost artwork.
Yeah, I'll have to give you requirements to like go do quests and various things to get it.
Mm-hmm. Because you get to pick 3 requirements then out of this list.
Yeah. I'm down.
Okay. So I think the architectural design that Kallikrates wants to put together is a palace befitting a Tannerin lord. He wants to design a palace befitting the Tannerin lord.
Right. So it's not just, hey, we already had this dome and now we're gonna put a chair on top of it. It's like, no, I'm gonna build you a building just for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool.
So my intention then is it to be tantalizing, popular, and refined.
Perfect. Yeah, cool. So it's tantalizing. Someone in its audience desires to own or host it at any cost. Obviously, I'd assume their recollection is like, wait a second. And then also it could be the vision itself, right?
That was my hope.
Yeah, I know it for sure. Yeah, and I guess you get to choose this, right? I guess that's part of the thing. Yeah, because you're trying to tantalize him with it. That makes sense. And then it's popular. Yeah, people intuit your art's message. Those who best emulate it. Yeah, so the New Harmony's really into it. They're like, yeah, that's cool. And then it's refined. The powerful and influential understand the importance of your art. So I mean, those among the Tannerin worshippers, right? They get it, and they see that. Oh, wait a second. No, wait a second. The New Harmony is actually the masters at the Tannerin. See what they're doing? Yeah, cool. So,
what are my costs?
Yeah, obviously it needs a particular venue. Work out where with the GM. The artwork can only be completed there. What do you think? Let's do this one at a time. Do you have a particular idea where this could be? I just searched them out.
Let's see.
It definitely needs a particular place.
Mm-hmm. I mean, immediately my attention is drawn to a Cyclopean temple that invaded our reality.
Yes. For sure.
Because nothing says tempting for a eldritch. Yeah, nothing says tempting for an eldritch power like a eldritch power's dwelling place. But we'll refurbish it. We'll tear down this wall. We'll open concept. Cool. Put up some shiplap.
Sorry? Yeah, I'm down. That sounds awesome.
Wait, are we doing House Flippers Demon Temple Edition? Extreme Makeover Demon Temple Edition?
Yes, I think that's what we're doing. That's amazing.
All right, I'm going to rename my note here.
Because I'm so down with this because I was actually making a note to myself. I was like, okay, we didn't actually do anything with this last time. I really want something to be down with this, going down with this age. So I am really interested in the Cyclopean temple that invaded our reality, and I want to know why it invaded your reality, what it's about. Yeah, so I mean, you're gonna have to clear it out, right? That's the first thing. You're gonna have to find out what is currently dwelling there, if anything, and then make it your own. So that'll be a thing. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, Joffrey the Giant in chat says, "Is there a bonus roll for shiplap?" Possibly. We'll get there when we get there. Okay. It needs odd tools. The GM says why, and you must find a device or relic that can satisfy those requirements. I think the Cyclopean temple is built out of, and I think probably some New Harmony people have been there before, and at least noticed it. I think this is going to be an architectural feat on godlike proportions because you need access to terraforming technology. These walls won't just come down themselves. You need some bigger firepower.
Oh, you mean I can't just take a sledgehammer to the drywall?
No. You need terraforming tools.
All right.
To shape this to your artistic needs. So you need to find a device or relic that can satisfy those requirements. And let's see. Normally, it will take up to a week. I could say it'll take months. I'm not sure I necessarily want that. I mean, it probably would take months if you're building a building.
It's a reasonable thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide if I want one of the other ones instead. You need inspiration is really cool. Follow a rebel, outsider, or prophet as they fulfill their role. That's kind of lit.
Who do we have here? Oh, Sarah has marked prophet.
Yeah,
Seraphiel.
Is that
current or agent?
Yeah, it's current. Yeah,
it's current.
And also Cassius is a prophet too right now. So, and they both have prophet things that they. Oh no! You're right. Sarah's current thing is agent actually. Okay. But Cassius is his prophet. And he has a specific thing going down. I don't think I'm going to choose that one, though, because the more I'm thinking about it, I think it doesn't necessarily make sense for this. I think we'll just say it'll take months. I think that makes sense. It's a building.
Sure.
So your main thing, right, will be we know it needs to be the Cyclopean Temple, and you need some terraforming technology to reshape it.
Cool.
Yeah. What's really fun too is so I didn't choose inspiration, but so if I would have, you could do the division bell and make it into a haven. But I didn't choose inspiration, so won't have access to that. But yeah, cool. Where would Callicrates start with that?
Well, first by writing down all the requirements and the design parameters.
Yeah.
In a nice document, formatted, multiple pages, proper executive proposal, right. All of that. He's an artist. He's not going to do any of that stuff. This particular artist is touched by the Discordia and a little more along the lines of conspiracy theorists pinning up sheets of paper and tying them together with strings.
Right. Sure.
That's mainly me giving an in-character justification for why I am typing up notes right now.
Sure, of course. Cool. Real quick, I guess before we dig into that any further, Carly, do the Heralds have anything family-wise they want to get up to?
I don't know.
Because if you have a particular, one idea that I had with the Heralds, obviously wouldn't be able to do it this time, is Cassius is he has his prophet thing right now, which is he needs to kill like a symbolic beast or something like that. That's his prophet like quest thing. And we have an Eldritch Horror running around that is attacking heralds and stuff. And I think it might be fun if the next time we have you and Jared is to have you two go hunt the Eldritch Horror. I think that'd be cool. But obviously can't do that now. Otherwise, I mean, you have a lot of data. You could roll Uncover Secrets if you just want to like get some answers to some basic questions out of how to remove some of your needs or something, just to get some leads for next time, sort of a thing.
Yes, so.
You have 8 data. How much of that do you want to spend?
3.
Yeah, 3 is a good number.
What do I need to roll again for that?
2d6 plus 3. There you go. So if you look in family moves, you have Uncover Secrets. You can ask 2 questions or ask 1 question and add something cool to the map.
How do I remove my need for morale?
For morale, yeah. So you got it from the vision appearing. So probably, I mean, the easy answer would be something along what I said for the new harmony, which is like have a win for the heralds. And so I think specifically, like, honestly, if you kill the Eldritch Horror, if you go with Cassius and kill that thing, for sure you'll get your morale back, right? Okay. That'll you might even get prestige from that. But yeah, definitely morale. And you can ask another question or add something to the map.
I've been listening most of the whole time, so I'm aware of what's happening.
Cool.
I realized it just looked weird as I waved to stream without Connor showing up on stream.
Oh, did you just remove my overlay?
Yeah, I just switched it. Yeah, that's what I did for. Yeah. But I put you back now. Cool.
Okay, that makes sense.
I actually don't know what my other, like, what my needs and surpluses are.
Yeah.
Other than morale.
Here, I'll drag you to it. You have a surplus of justice and leadership, and needs for prestige, luxury, medicine, and morale.
What are my surpluses again?
Justice and leadership.
Oh. What were my needs?
And your needs are prestige, luxury, medicine, and morale.
There wasn't a question posed to me, was there?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Whenever
there's long periods of silence, I get worried.
How do I remove my need for medicine?
That's what I thought you were going to ask. Good question. How did you get that?
I have no idea.
That was an age turn thing.
Was it? Okay.
Was it?
I don't remember the specific name of the mechanic. It was like a trial or something that they had to face, but they're facing another disease.
Oh, right.
They're facing a disease.
Yeah.
There was some talk about maybe it being related to the Parahelions thing, but it was mainly because of the age turn that happened.
A plague ravaged your family and no other families could help. Afterwards, they promised aid in the future. Yep, that's what it was. Okay, cool. So the heralds are dealing with like weird counter disease thing that the Parahelions cooked up, or specifically right. Dr. Nasur.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Exactly. I'm sorry, Carly.
Let's see. You could get, you know what? Dr. Nasur is probably running around here somewhere. You could find him and get him to reverse it.
I have to dredge up what I actually did for that characterization.
How do you spell that?
Nassour. Yeah, you got to find him. He's the only one who knows how he did it, right? Beiruz and Nissa, the other people. Beiruz, Nissa, and the other guy who don't even remember his name at this point. Beiruz's other servant. They're all dead now. So. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the doctor did make it out alive, didn't he?
He did. Yep.
I expected him to just fall and go splat at some point because he was not built to be a resilient character.
Yeah, so in the next one that we did where you weren't there, but we continued with Beirut, in the Void, I just had Nasur kind of like be on the sidelines and not get directly involved in anything that was happening, because he wasn't really a warrior anyway. So, so yeah, he made it back live. Harhel himself personally escorted him back. So, because he's a good guy. Well, he's dead now.
Little did Harhel know.
Exactly,
the
right.
horror that Nasur had unleashed.
Exactly. Because basically what happened, right, is as soon as whatever herald survived the azimuth thing came back to the family and then spread it to everybody, right?
And I get one more question, right?
Nope, that's just those two.
Oh, okay.
It was like you ask one question and then you can ask another question or add something to the map. So
okay.
Yep. So those are how you get your needs. So we can pursue those in the future. That'll be fun. Either of those will be fun to do. Cool. Connor, what about you? Does Recollection have any family level stuff they want to do?
Can you tell me what the family moves are again?
Yeah, sure. I mean, do you want to just say what they might be interested in, or just in general, and I can find a family move for you? Or do you want me to just list them off? It's like conduct diplomacy, claim by force, subterfuge, uncover secrets, call in a debt. Those are your main things.
Yeah, I created a very interesting and fun circumstance, but I have no idea what their goal is. I have no idea what they want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What need? Do you have a need for leadership?
No, they have right now. They have surpluses for culture and knowledge, and needs for barter goods, luxury, prestige, and morale.
Okay.
And you could do uncover secrets yourself to get some leads.
And that costs data?
You can spend data on it to get +1 for each data. You don't have to though. You have 3 data. You could also spend a point of tech. You have 8 to get advantage on the roll. Do you guys want to know why he has 8 tech? Because Iseret murdered Harhel and scrapped him.
Right.
I did what? No.
At some point, Iseret is just going to... Connor, Iseret has the relic. Iseret has Clamor.
No.
Claymore.
What's Clamor?
Oh,
his magical trumpet.
What is that?
My weapon.
Oh, really?
Harhel's weapon. Yeah, because it's a relic. So, like, you have it.
What do I do with that?
You can use it. It's basically a device. It's a point of tech, right? So if you run out of tech, you won't have it anymore because you've spent it on something, but it's technically one of the tech that you have.
That's interesting.
Suggestion: don't melt the cool trumpet weapon down to get a +1 on a knowledge check.
Well, that would be advantage, but yeah.
Or advantage on a knowledge check.
Like
so I would just like to say, as like a player level thing, I think Claymore technically could function as the relic needed for the terraforming. Like, you could blast down walls with a holy trumpet.
Blast in the gates of a temple of Discordia with a weapon of the harmony.
Exactly, yeah.
All right.
That's something to keep in mind.
I'm here for this.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
So, can you repeat the other like moves and stuff I can do?
Yeah, so uncover secrets, obviously, but then you could do conduct diplomacy, call in for your family's allies to get something specific. Claim by force, when you direct your family to seize or maintain control of a resource. Subterfuge, when your family infiltrates other factions. You could also call in a debt and do your thing, or you could spend a treaty and then like try to take a surplus from someone. That's always the thing you could do.
What's the role there to try to take a surplus from someone?
It just happens. You spend a treaty unless they have a treaty on you, in which they can spend it to block you. But there are 2 factions that don't have any treaty on you.
And which factions are those?
The Pericilians and the Last Watch.
Oh, that's so sad.
It is.
What surpluses do they have?
Also, actually, wait, you don't have any. They don't have any surplus. Actually, you don't have any treaty, and they don't have any treaty on you at the New Harmony. So
Oh, okay.
You couldn't do it on them because you don't have any treaty on them. But they also don't have any treaty on you.
Okay, but how many treaty do I have on you two, and how many treaty do you have on me?
Yeah, the New Harmony 0-0.
Okay.
The Heralds, they have one on you, and you don't have any on them.
Oh, so I don't have any treaty with anybody.
No, you have treaty with the Perihelions. You have one treaty with the Perihelions. Oh, yes, one treaty with the Hellbreakers, but they also have one treaty on you. And then 3 treaty on the Last Watch, and they have 0 on you.
I have 3 treaty with the Last Watch?
Yep.
Oh. And what surpluses do they have?
Safety, prestige, morale. Wait. Safety, prestige, morale, and prestige is what I have written down here, but obviously that's wrong because... So I must have copied prestige and then not written in the one it was supposed to be.
So what happens if I try to take the surplus of morale? I have the need of morale.
It just cancels out. So you lose the need.
And that would only take 1 treaty to do?
Yeah, you would spend 1 treaty to do it, and then they could spend 1 treaty on you if they had it to block instantly, or they can roll hold together, which is their mood move, to roll to stop you, basically.
So does Jared need to be here for that to happen?
Probably, yeah, because he'd probably want to roll.
Yeah, I'm fine with doing that later then. Can you hear that?
No.
Okay, the Star Wars theme song is playing. I think they're playing episode 4 now. Okay, so I'm thinking either uncover secrets or I'm kind of thinking of claim by force.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun. I can't exactly tell how bold they are at this point in time. I'm either thinking of uncovering secrets to try to get morale to kind of give me more of a narrative reason as to why we're gonna go claim stuff by force.
Yeah. Keep in mind that for claim by force, you roll plus grasp, and you have a -1 in grasp.
Oh, okay.
You're the best at reach, which is +2, which is diplomacy.
Okay.
And so the thing you can do with diplomacy, if you wanted to do that, you would say, when you call on your family's allies, say what you want from them and roll plus reach, a meeting with one of their VIPs, access to a tightly guarded location or item, or information on an opportunity or threat.
Can you repeat those?
Yep. A meeting with one of their VIPs, access to a tightly guarded location or item, or information on an opportunity or threat. Also, the thing is, I'm not sure the Recollection has any allies at this point.
That's a good point. Right. So I can't really diplomatize with anybody because...
You could. It would just... We'd have to come up with narrative reasons why.
Oh. Okay, so... Will you... No, I don't know. I mean, I can't think of anybody I would actually have the opportunity to diplomatize with.
Yeah.
And like why that would make sense narratively. I'm good at that.
You could do subterfuge then if you wanted to. You could do infiltrating other factions.
That's what I'm thinking.
The thing you can do over there is you can make a resource appear more or less desirable, cause a scandal within a family or faction's organization, hide your own involvement in an action. You may frame someone else in their place if you wish, or sabotage an asset, making it fail at the worst moment.
I'm thinking of planting an idea is what you said. What was
make a resource appear more or less desirable?
No, it was in the middle.
Cause a scandal?
Yeah, cause a scandal. That's what I want to cause a scandal with Carly's action.
The Herald?
I want to set up the mind programming idea by causing a scandal in her faction. What is the mechanical process here before I commit too far into this?
So you roll sleight. You just roll plus sleight. We have a +0 on that.
All right, that's fine.
let's see. Don't you have a move for this? Maybe.
Oh my goodness.
When your family gets a hit on subterfuge, they can erase one treaty on their target to choose an extra option. That's something you have.
Say that again.
When your family gets a hit on subterfuge, they can erase one treaty on their target to choose an extra option. You don't have any treaty on the Herald, so that doesn't actually help you with the Herald specifically, but that's something to keep in mind.
Okay. And then I'm just rolling sleight, and is she rolling anything in return, or what?
No, you're just rolling
happens
sleight. You could
Can I
spend
spend
a
tech or
point of
data
tech.
to?
Yeah, you can spend a point of tech to get an advantage on it. So you roll 3d6 and you take the two highest.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think that is, and I'm
you know what
kind
you
of
do,
thinking about
Connor.
doing poetic justice and burning the tech that is, yep.
One of Harhel's things, yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
I mean, it makes perfect narrative sense that using the data that we recovered from Harahel,
exactly,
we are using it to learn how to reprogram the memories
that makes so much sense
of the robots.
Because what you do, this is the thing, right? The seers already touched Harhel's mind at one point, right?
Right.
And so they can then just try to figure it out. You have his brain here, basically. And unlike a person, right, his brain would still be able to be worked on, even though his soul is left, right? And so this is them digging into his memories using their magic and figuring out how to, using probably a weird mix of magic and technology to try to figure out how to reprogram the Herald's minds. That's awesome.
Yep. So, what if we just rebuilt Harahel and sent him in?
Oh my gosh!
That the other option?
And we could have
Harahel's death move. Wasn't the other option in Harahel's death move that someone could rebuild them?
Yes, it is.
This is so full circle.
That's
cool, but horrible.
That is so.
This might be my favorite session so far of the Hellbreaker sequence.
Okay, so Connor, I'm totally willing to let you do that. If you want to, you have to spend 5 tech to do it, though, right? Because you have to basically all of the tech, because you get 5 tech from scrapping him. So you have to basically give that tech up because you're making Harahel again.
Okay, well, you have to make it worth 5 tech then.
Connor, this will cause so much of a scandal in the Heralds. It's insane. What do you want Harahel to do? What does he go there to do?
I'll make a list.
And check it twice.
Because this is the thing, right? And this is after 5 years. It's like the Heralds
Everyone thinks he's dead.
Yeah, and then he comes back and he's going to be the hero. Everyone's going to follow him. Oh, this is gonna be so bad.
Why would they see him as a hero though? Because he didn't like accomplish anything.
No. We already talked about this. Remember, Carly? His movement that he started with the warriors, like making everyone into warriors. Everyone does that now. Like the whole faction is on board with like the warrior thing that he set up, and so him coming back.
Essentially, he's the martyr that started a cause.
Exactly, and then he comes back to life.
Is so like into like it's like Stain in season 2, but if Stain was to come back to life,
right. Oh, certainly, yeah.
Yeah, it's the martyr that started a cause that the whole world is so like infatuated with, or I guess I should say the Heralds are so infatuated with it. It is a cultural movement, and now essentially, without them actually considering Harahel their god, they're still treating him as a god.
He is Space Jesus too, right? Instead of becoming immortal, he comes back to life.
Right. Okay, yeah,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
Okay, so you will have to spend another point of tech if you want to actually still get the advantage, because this is you literally giving up the tech to reconstitute Harahel.
Okay.
So you have 3.
So I'm still rolling for this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you still have to roll for it.
Okay.
Because the subterfuge here is like... Yeah, right. The subterfuge here is like if it's successful or not, right? If you successfully reprogram Harahel...
Right, and on a 7 to 9, it comes with a consequence. Is that what?
Yeah, on a 7 to 9, I believe there's a clue left behind. Yeah, that you did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want data. Can I use data to get +1s?
No, you can only do that at the family level, or sorry,
really?
the character level.
Okay.
You could so basically data can be spent to uncover secrets, right? So you can spend it there, and you can also spend it on the character level to get advantage.
Is there any other like additives I could put into this?
If you had treaty, you could spend it, but you don't have treaty on them. Let's see. I'm just looking at me.
Connor.
Yeah.
Would something like this be worth actually looking to get treaty on them before attempting? Like, is this a big project deal? Because there are mechanics for getting treaty on other families.
Am I allowed to make more than one move right now, or no?
Yeah, I mean we're just talking about what you're doing. You can make a couple moves here.
What would be a feasible move for getting treaty? Would it be diplomacy?
That's what I'm looking at.
Carly, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I think it's interesting story-wise. I'm just like, it creates a lot of problems for inside the Heralds, and I already don't know what I'm doing with them, so I will just have to do a lot of thinking.
Don't worry. The last watch will get their time of death as well.
I love how the Recollection has ended up becoming more of an antagonist to everyone than almost any other faction.
They have demons, man.
Yeah, but the New Harmony does too, and they had them first. But the New Harmony apparently just isn't as ambitious with them. It's really interesting to me, right? It's like the New Harmony has been thinking about doing something like this for a long time now, and then someone just came out from nowhere and then just did all the things that they've been secretly planning on doing for forever.
A little girl.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's not like a specific move that says like roll this and you get treaty on someone. It usually just happens on by consequence of stuff. Let's see. Treaty.
Okay, we should just make the roll real quick because I have to sign off.
Okay.
So
yeah, there's not really like a direct option to get treaty, so
yeah,
might as well just roll it.
Okay,
I guess.
So let's just make the roll, see what happens, and then we can discover the or you guys can off screen here like the
ramifications of it.
The ramifications of it, but yeah, and then next round or next session we can kind of. I feel like we should probably zoom in on that.
Oh, certainly. Yes.
Next week? Okay.
And you're going to make...
I really want to explore this, but yeah. I do have to go, so...
Yeah, you're going to play Harahel in that, right?
Ooh.
Duh.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love playing characters like Winter.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to spend a point of tech then to get advantage, though?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right, so rolling 3d6.
Yeah, I can't see the roll, so you gotta tell me right away.
I will. All right, and you don't get any pluses on this, so we're just rolling.
Yep.
Here we go. 10. Nice.
Oh my goodness, that is so clutch. That is so clutch.
I'm glad you got that because this makes it so much more interesting.
And I'm glad it can't be traced back to me because this is incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm so excited. This is the best thing that's ever happened in an RPG.
Okay, so real quick, the question I have for you, Connor, is this reprogramming purely physical? Like, is this a shallow husk with no soul being sent back to do its pre-programmed task? Or did you put a Tannerin in him? Because there's a space for a soul in there.
No. Oh no.
Monsters among them.
Monsters among them. Yep.
I honestly have no idea. I'll think about that. Yeah. If you guys can think of a like what you guys think would be the best way, then let me know and send me a text tonight. But
my vote is definitely Tannerin. But yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to be the universal monkey wrench in this game. Not sure what to do? Shove a Tannerin into it.
Yeah. Okay, or maybe it's friend, or maybe it's Easterette somehow possessing it. I don't know. But
I mean, Easterette has like a legion of demons, so it could just be a piece of Easterette.
A piece-erette?
That's right. Okay, all right. I gotta go.
All right, see ya.
See you guys.
Cool. That is so
just
awesome.
Comes in here, flips over the table, and then leaves.
Literally. I love Connor in the Hellbreaker sequence because he isn't able to make it to a whole lot of sessions, but when he does, he changes everything about what's going on. It's awesome.
He's not afraid to try things.
I know, yeah.
And like, I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I'll have a nice slow burn.
Yeah.
Come up with grand schemes, and Connor's just like, yeah, I'll do the thing. And like the thing happens to be similar to what I was gonna do, but like 6 sessions early.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. We have different concepts of the way this game is supposed to move, I guess. And his seems to be the more successful option, so I am shifting perspective.
Oh, you know what we forgot to do? New Harmony has a thing, Josh. Alliance move at the beginning of each age. Secretly decide if you are devoted, infiltrated by, or hostile toward the Eldritch powers. Gain 1 treaty on any family or faction that shares your current stance when you support them.
Devoted to.
Right.
Well, what was the other 2 options?
Yeah, so I mean, you choose your stance basically, and I'm assuming it's devoted because it's normally been devoted.
Yeah.
And then everyone else chooses their stance, and then you get a +1 treaty on anyone who also is devoted. Obviously, the Hellbreakers are devoted now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, devoted. So the Hellbreakers are devoted, and honestly, the obviously the Recollection is too. So you can get treaty on both of them, basically.
Finally, some actual points on the Recollection.
Mm-hmm.
1 actual point on the Recollection, but 1 is better than nothing.
Yeah, and I'll ask David what his stance is on it. Last Watch is obviously still hostile, as is the Forgotten Heralds. But yeah, that's how that kind of shakes out. Anyway, yeah, speaking of the New Harmony, let's, what do you want to do, Josh? How do you want to pursue this with Callicrates?
Yeah. All right.
Like, do you want to try to find the terraforming thing first? Is that kind of the plan?
Acquiring a piece of terraforming tech would be a step to take.
You also have the thing with your what is it? Character role right now. That we could play with if we didn't want to jump right into the artist thing, or have that be peripheral to what's going on here, right? You have the whole
the agent, the
agent move. Choose a group among you're working with the Hellbreakers. I mean, do you are you like going to try to recruit the Hellbreakers that you're talking to like help you in the project? Are they going to be your crew? They're builders, right?
So he's specifically for the needs that I have here. He's going to need people to help him clear the temple,
right?
Like actually go into the temple and secure it as a location.
You know who might be able to help you with that? Your Hellbreaker demolitionist guy.
I love that this guy just keeps coming back.
I know.
He's got a terraforming gun.
He does have a terraforming gun. That's true.
I would suspect we need something on a more relic level.
Yes.
To deal with it, not just like some pocket terraforming cannon.
Yeah, it's an asset, not a device. So.
Yeah. So.
But he'd know how to use it.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I really want to take on the Cyclopean Temple as some sort of dungeon right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just imagining a dungeon. I've been watching so much D&D YouTube lately. I have a campaign coming up, kind of. The DM's been working on it in between school assignments. So they're like, yeah, we'll let you know when the campaign is ready. And so I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat with this character, and like,
yeah,
I want to play D&D. No, so I think to start with, I want to get a hold of a terraforming device.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how Mr. Artist here goes about that.
Yeah. Let's take a look at what you got at your disposal. I mean, your main thing is art stuff, right? Is making the artwork itself. So you could make a family move to like get information or get do diplomacy on someone, like that sort of thing can happen. Then you have a direction to go or allies or something.
Right. There was a option. Access to a tightly guarded location or item.
Yeah.
Does anybody we know have a piece of tech that I could diplomacy for to use for this?
Well, not the recollection, because even though they did have clamor, they now gave it back to the Heart of Hell. Yeah. But probably, I mean, that actually like has a terraforming weapon. It would be the Last Watch, really, right? That's the only person that has those. Maybe the Perihelions. Like, they're out in the desert right now doing some stuff, so they might have come across something, or someone secretly has something left over.
Okay.
Another thing you could do is, looking at the map here, you could go to a ring of perfect weather surrounded by deadly storms. There is a terraforming something at the center of that.
Oh, yep, it's out there in the wasteland, isn't it?
You could also go to the Crypt of 1,000 Years. They may have a relic there that would work.
We melted that place the last time we were in there.
It is now a place of discordant power, but it's not destroyed.
Okay. I want to visit the Ring of Perfect Weather.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. Okay. Cool.
I think, though, I'm trying to think of mechanically how this needs to work. I think I'm going to need assistance to...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
...get whatever this is.
I mean, you could literally just talk to Riva.
Right. That's I was trying to find... Oh, my goodness, this camera. I was trying to find like a mechanical reasoning for talking to Riva. Like if there was a move that I'm making by doing this.
I mean, not necessarily, right? Like we would just do the story move, which is zooming in, and the main character's presence, say what they're there to do, right? Like,
sure.
If you like, I don't know if Riva would necessarily need convincing per se. She's a person who understands the importance of the Discordia and the Tannerin, and if you briefly explained your goal to her, she would probably be on board.
Okay.
Like, I can't think of a reason why Riva would, like, not want to do this. It seems pretty up her alley right now.
Okay. That seems reasonable then.
We just have your characters talking about it after the fact, right? Like, obviously you did go to her and talk to her about it, but...
Yeah, sure. I'm not so sure. Okay, so... Sure, Riva can come along. I'm not... Does Riva bring followers
She can
to help out?
Yeah. She has a move that allows her to do that. She has the Secret Army. When you spend a few days training rebels in an area that you don't have any followers, gain followers of quality 1 with 1 specialty: spying, rioting, sabotage, or carrying messages. So she could have people. Sabotage would be the one here, right?
Sure.
So she could do that. I mean, she'd have to find a place where she didn't have any followers. So we might briefly play that out, but
visit the edge of the wasteland. If the geography had worked out, we could visit the market, but the geography doesn't work.
Right.
Be really circular. Unless maybe Riva would think that she could drum up followers in a place like the Sunset Market that would know how to navigate the wasteland.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out where this would be. She would go. Because it would be convenient to do it on the way.
Mm-hmm.
But also, all the stuff in the way, she has followers at all of it.
Right.
So...
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we could say that you guys take a trip to the Sunset Market. Technically a thing that can happen.
Is there a move? So she's got to make her followers move.
But I think we would have to do a wasteland move, navigate the wasteland move to get to the Sunset Market. But that would probably be the only one.
Okay.
Because once she got there, she could just do the move. But yeah, sure. I mean, let's zoom in on that, I guess, first. So when you focus on critical scenes where a handful of people might change the course of history over hours or days, say where you are on the map. So the wasteland right outside the Sunset Market. The main character's present, say what they're there to do. Riva is there to get some followers from the Sunset Market. Is Kalkratis there?
I
mean,
he would need to meet up with her at some point.
Yeah.
I could put him there just so I can be more involved in the scene and not have to spin a quick character.
Yeah, I think that probably works.
His involvement in... go ahead.
I was going to say, also because the Sunset Market is New Harmony stuff, right? It's like part of the weird other world of Shadows transitionary plane thing. So it would make sense that she would want you to come to like actually just know what this place is about.
Mm-hmm.
You're the insider here.
Sure. Insider as much as
you're also better at convincing people than she is.
Sure.
But obviously she could just do the move and it just happens. But like in terms of narrative, she would probably take you along.
All right, cool.
The GM describes details of the environment or asks the players questions about it. So I guess, my question for you really is, what is the Sunset Market? What the heck is it?
So
it has a touch on the it's a place where you can go to the world of shadows from, right? It's a place where the world of shadows is leaking onto this material world. But other than that, we don't know anything about it.
Right. I'm gonna look up the playbook.
Yeah.
And make sure I'm remembering.
Yeah, it's from.
There was a flavor text for it. It was.
It was the Endless City move that you were using. Right here. Your domains extend to secret places beyond this world into an infinite city of arcane design. Choose 2 sectors from the Endless City and place them on the map.
Oh, that's right. It was just a bizarre.
It's a bizarre. Yeah. Tell us how these places pervert mundane expectations and give us a sign of their alien power and wisdom. There you can activate Enlightened Madness with a brief incantation and pick another stat to roll with advantage.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Yeah. Or you can change sectors or their location at the beginning of every age.
Oh, yeah. You can also, if you wanted to change any of those, feel free.
You can add more, too, by erasing infused qualities.
Oh,
that's actually really, really cool.
Oh, yeah.
I will stick with just the 2 that are there for now, but keep that in mind.
Yeah, sure.
We might as well move the market south.
Oh, right. Of course. Yeah, you can just move it if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just move it, make it more convenient for us.
Okay. Yeah, I can't move the actual thing because this is a map that I printed, like a screenshot or an image that I printed out. But I can move the text over, like over here. You're thinking?
I was thinking the Sunset Market's always right on the edge.
Okay.
So here? The peak to the west of that.
So this?
Nope. Sorry. The
like this?
Ping right there.
Oh, the dip. I see. Yeah.
Tuck up in that little corner there. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I'll move that for next time.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Perfect. It's on the way now.
Mm-hmm.
That's convenient.
Yeah. So the Sunset Market is a bazaar of sorts. There are stalls that appear to be offering wares, but nothing is quite identifiable. Like, if you're just moving, if you come with an intent to purchase, you're not sure why you're there, you're not sure what to purchase. Like, everybody who finds themselves there isn't really there for the market itself.
Okay.
And the people who are selling at the stalls, they're veiled. Like, sand cloaks.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You never see you don't really see their faces. A lot of furtive movement, people bustling around. Outsiders stand out very brightly and brilliantly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very drab place. And yeah, if you spend too much time staring at any given item in a stall, it's clear by the attitude of the owner that you're not welcome and that your business is not wanted. Nor would you particularly want to purchase the unidentifiable items they're trying to sell.
Yeah.
The purpose of the place isn't very clear, but the purposes of the people there are usually to find one another.
Okay.
It often is a meeting place of wilderness types, city types looking to hire them, unsavory business dealings, that kind of a thing.
Who frequents this? Like, just people who are New Harmony, or anyone? I think,
honestly, it's more of a meeting place.
Yeah.
For pretty much anybody. Though the New Harmony are really the only ones who understand why it is the way it is.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think maybe there's a kind of dampening effect on the whole place. So nobody who goes there is real curious about why it is the way it is.
Right.
Nobody asks too many questions. It's just the place itself exudes an aura of don't ask questions. And the people who ask too many questions wind up dead on some other part of the continent.
Cool. Lit.
Having been sucked through the endless city and ravaged by the void.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, let's have someone. Well, I guess we'll continue with the zoom in move, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Other players may create or pick up quick characters to fill out the party. I assume, Carly, you don't really want to make a quick character just for this little thing. I can tell you're tired. And then characters select gear according to their family's assets in the established fiction. So you can get, obviously, Calcrates, your artists that come with you if you want. You don't have to, but it's something that you can have.
I'm not sure that he wants to bring them this time.
Yeah.
There's not like a whole... Well, we're trying to drum up an army.
Yeah, they're good at spreading ideas.
Yeah. Might as well. I mean, it's not really it's not an endemic population we're trying to drum up, though.
Yeah.
Spreading ideas is vague enough. Might as well.
And then, so you are I assume you have your words of madness and power, and you're sustained by the void.
Yeah.
As per normal. And then you also have your artists with you. You can, whenever you tool up, you can give a group of followers a new specialty.
Mm-hmm.
What's their other specialty?
I kind of want to say wilderness survival.
I mean, there you go. You can.
Bunch of wilderness survival artists.
Why not?
It's a thing. We'll go to remote locations to paint them, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's like these...
Yes, they go
David
to
Thoreau
remote locations
types.
to spray paint them.
Yeah.
They're not David Thoreau types. They're vandals.
Okay, sure. They're the kids who go into the cave and spray paint and drink beer and throw the beer cans everywhere, and yeah.
No, they're the kids who know what they're doing.
Oh.
And come super prepared with like gas masks and stuff to their urban explorations.
Right, of course. Yeah.
And then they pull out the spray paint and tag on their way through.
Awesome. Cool. And then you also, as the new Harmony, get a start, middle, or end of a Rite of Great Power.
That one never feels like, if I'm not specifically looking for if I'm not specifically looking to do a rite, it's always interesting to have a random piece of it. So we'll go with the middle of a Rite of Power.
That seems like something that Calculates would have. Just the middle of something of that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool stuff. All right. Riva has heavy and menacing tools, industrial exosuit, a horse. And she doesn't have followers yet, so she can't do her other thing. But that's okay. So you also get to do the like tool up move, which is for each of your surpluses, pick a relevant benefit in story moves there. If you want to take a look at that, you have what, 2 surpluses?
Yes, leadership and spies.
Mm-hmm. And she has 3. So I'll take a look at that quick.
Is there a okay? For my sustained by the void, I think for my spies, for my spies surplus, I think I'm gonna add discreet.
Ooh, okay.
So whatever sustaining Discordia magics also make me a little harder to spot.
Cool.
I don't stand out as much.
Mm-hmm.
And then leadership. Copies of the... I guess that would be copies of the sustaining suits for each of the wilderness artists.
Yeah. I mean, it was for everyone, right? So Riva gets this too.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. It's maybe like an extra set of protection. Maybe that's why the dampening effect doesn't happen in the New Harmony people, right? Is they have this weird sustained by the void thing that makes them more clear about what this thing is.
Sure.
Yeah. I think Riva is going to do... She has leadership, safety, and defenses. So let's see. She's probably going to do... I'll just get 1 extra data for safety. She's a little bit more prepared. Some info. Leadership. She'll do get as many copies of a weapon, outfit, or vehicle as needed to outfit the whole party. Everyone has horses now.
Okay.
And for defenses, I'll probably add a tag to her armor. Powered, tough, mobile, unreliable is what she has already. Let's have it be... I'll just have her add thermo. So she's protected from the heat of the desert.
Okay.
Cool stuff. Yeah, so we zoom in on you guys traveling through the desert, and we'll just make a quick roll to do the navigation. You guys, your followers get to add 1 to this roll because they're helping. But I think Riva has steel +1, so she'll roll the move itself. Unless you have a better steel. I don't think you do. You have a -1.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I dumped steel in favor of Lauren's sway.
Okay, so she's gonna roll with +2. You know what? She has data, so she'll roll it to get advantage. Or she'll spend 1. So 3d6 plus 2. Okay, an 8.
Do you want to call for aid?
Yeah, that could make sense. After failing to roll as well as you'd like, say what another character nearby can do to boost your efforts. If the group agrees, the helper says how they do it and rolls an appropriate stat. I don't know. What do you think? How would Kallikrates help?
Well, I think Kallikrates could act as somewhat of a liaison between the group of artists and Riva. So there's probably some mistrust and stuff there.
Oh, sure.
If Kallikrates were to just be present and help smooth things over.
Sounds good to me. Roll plus sway.
And did I take a backstory with Riva?
No, you didn't. I have backstory on you, but you don't have one on me, so.
Okay.
It only works one way, I think. So yeah, go ahead and roll 2d6 plus 2. You can also spend a data to get advantage.
Can I spend an infused die? Can you go back to there so I can see what my infused dice are?
Sure thing.
Thank you. Sure, I will take an infused die. This isn't really... Maybe faith?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
for
too.
infusion, because realizing that, we'll do faith.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Yep. Go ahead and roll 1d6 then, plus 6, plus 8, I guess. There you go. 14.
Super success.
Wow.
Double 6.
Yeah.
Except I manually set one of the 6s, but it's a double. We take those.
Yeah. So what does that mean? I'm trying to find the character moves.
So if they hit, you increase your result by 1 category. So 7 to 9 becomes 10 plus.
Yep. And at 7 to 9, they share the moves consequences. So.
But I didn't 7 to 9.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah. Cool. So on a 10 plus. Okay, so on a hit, pick 1. The GM will give you further details. On a 10 plus, I'll also pick 1. So let's see. Do we lose something along the way? A member of your group is hurt or sick, or an obstacle or threat is blocking your way back. I don't know. What do you think?
This is a longer adventure than just to go find some followers. So
yeah, obstacle or threat.
Content with obstacle or threat blocking my way back.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Look at the map, dude.
Oh, the Eldritch monster. Yeah,
there's an obstacle or threat there.
Yep, sounds good. So maybe like we just come across it, right, from a distance, probably, right? But like we know it's out there, and so we know. Oh, okay, we passed by it this time. There's like a close call, right, where everyone hides in like in a cave or something like that, and on these barren wastelands. And we narrowly escape it, but we know we're going to have to deal with it on the way back. Cool. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Nice.
And then, let's see. The fun option we get to choose. You discover a hidden treasure in the wasteland worth a lot if you can secure it. You discover a secret path you can use to take this route without triggering this move. Or you discover a secret. Details on a threat, signs of other peoples, the origin of the fall. I mean, I feel like the second one makes total sense.
Oh, yeah,
That's
we're
so
going to need
helpful.
to come back
yeah, exactly.
through anyway.
Yeah. So
is this the survival to get out to the bazaar or to get from the bazaar to the temple?
This is to get to the bazaar.
Okay,
but
cool.
At least we have a secret path from there to there, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to. So what is the secret path? Is it just like New Harmony magic stuff or what? Does the Sunset Market accept us, and now it just lets us find it easily?
Sure. I like that idea, actually. Yeah. That one doesn't simply waltz into the Sunset Market. Otherwise,
Sunset Market
would have marched in with weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. You're out in the desert, and
yeah,
if you're wandering and you're looking for work, you come up over a rise, and there's just this market oasis down there.
That's so cool.
But if you've got a military troop and you're like, we need a market to go ruffle through and knock some stalls over and beat up the locals, there's no market.
Yeah, awesome. So this does mean we'll still have to deal with the Eldritch monster on the way back, but after that is dealt with, the path is basically secure there and back as much as we want.
I don't know that I necessarily want to strand my character. Oh, no, it would make an interesting conflict. My characters might have to possibly work together with people who are anathema to him in order to take down this monster.
Yeah, we could have a whole thing be where Riva, Callicrates, Seraphiel, and Cassius all team up to take down this Eldritch monster. That would be pretty fun.
And maybe Harahel.
Oh, right.
This could be ensemble cast.
Uh-huh. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. All right. So we get there. We do the normal, like, Riva's been told by you, Callicrates, like, what to do in this place, right? And so we see her very quickly in a montage form go through. And she does exactly what this whole thing is meant to be done, right? She gathers people for work. And she gathers a group of followers ready to lead her, or to follow her. And they're good at sabotage. So, and I think... so I'm going to ask you, I guess, because so she just got the followers, but she has like two different things going for her right now where if she'd add one quality to her followers when she tools up, and she can spend tech to boost the followers' quality. I don't know if she has any tech, but there's like stuff going on where when you tool up, she gets like extra stuff. Do we want to say that after the Sunset Market we tool up again and then go out into the wasteland, or have we already tooled up and is that not available? Just thinking about in terms of rules.
I'm content to take a long rest here.
Right.
Because that's kind of what it would be, right?
Yeah.
So we haven't really played out a scene.
No.
And the tool up is supposed to happen as part of a zoom in. So, like...
Yeah, that's fair.
What happens during a zoom out? Are there GM moves and stuff that get triggered? Does the clocks move forward during zoom outs?
Stuff does happen with zoom out. Basically, the main thing that happens is each player whose main character wasn't involved picks one thing to have happen. So the only thing that would happen if we zoomed out here, I would just say to Seraphiel, I'd be like, hey, choose one of these things, and then we'd zoom back in.
Okay. Do the others who aren't
I think
we don't get extra rolls and stuff.
We decided that just because this is kind of a rotating cast situation, we're only going to do it if someone isn't involved in a scene but could have been with their main character, right?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Seraphiel, then, what has she been up to during this time? Just as a general kind of...
I don't know.
We can just do that later, honestly. We could say something happens and we can choose it. But so that's something that Seraphil can deal with later or get a thing. But yeah, we don't.
Isn't there a way to just like get data or something too?
Yeah, you can just also just
if
get data.
you don't know what you want, you can just grab some more data. Data is always useful for more and stuff.
Well, I mean, that one specifically, they scouted for information, describe a lead that might give you a new surplus or remove a need and get one data. If you wanted one that just, you don't have to think about it at all and it just happens, they went scavenging in the wasteland, add one tech to their family stock.
Sure.
So, yeah.
That sounds helpful.
Tech, or you could get a lead on where that doctor dude is too.
That's true.
Didn't we kind of already meta out that?
I guess so. That makes sense too. I don't know.
You have 2 tech right now. You have 5 data.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get some tech.
Wait, did you already? No, you had 8 before. Yeah, that's what it was. You just want to get some tech?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You have 3 tech now. We zoom back in and tool up again and get some cool things. So yeah, add 1 to the quality of her followers. So that's cool. And yeah, they're good at sabotage. Boo. And I think oh, okay, interesting. So this says you can spend tech to boost the followers' quality 1 for 1. They won't leave the area and will go back to their lives once the local authorities have been overthrown. I didn't see that part of the move before.
Oh.
So this is like
So
gather a secret
rebels
army for the Sunset Market, right? So that does not quite fit what we're thinking here.
Okay, so she can't just drum up people to follow her out on some quest.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we could. Well, let's do this. I mean, we can say that she does the move, and then you can have you make a roll to convince them to come with, right?
Okay.
So let's zoom into that real quick.
Because that's the bit about Firebrand that I wasn't sure. It's like she's all about.
I didn't read that
stick
part.
Stick it to the man and eat the rich and whatever other catchy slogans to stir up a crowd.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Especially because of the context now. Like this would be Riva gathering people to like overthrow the Sunset Market.
Right, which is absurd in a place with no authority.
Oh, certainly. Yeah.
No
it's
governance.
So interesting though, right? Like what would it even look like?
You couldn't.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, but they're good at sabotage. Right? They could just take down the Sunset Market itself. Again, I don't want them to do this, but it's so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you fighting against the thing's internal defense mechanism of not being there.
Yeah.
Like its only defense is basically to not be there.
Yeah. But yeah, so she uses this move to get some followers, but then we'll have you guys meet together to like convince them to go on this dangerous mission to the Cyclopean Temple. or I guess to the Ring of Deadly Storms first, but
so that sounds like a fine common ground to me.
It does indeed. What does this look like? I guess so. My question first is: so if she did this move, what is she telling them originally?
Yeah.
Right? Is this she's telling them? Okay, let's just say this. Just make it simple. This is her gathering people together because she's known around these parts, and she's like they're interested to hear what she has to say about stuff. About like, oh, is there someone that we need to fight or overthrow or whatever? Is this a bad place or whatever? And then you come with her, and then the meeting, like the convincing goes down.
Okay. So less of a drumming up rebels and more of a she's just good at gathering crowds.
Yeah,
or gathering groups of people.
Yeah, so she uses the like beginning of her move, right, to be like, I gather some people together, and then we can say, because we would still need having some people with sabotage would be good. That's helpful for this. But we can kind of twist the move a little bit and then make a roll to get what we want from it. Yeah. So I mean, I guess this is like a revolutionary sort of like secret clandestine meeting happening here, right? How is this going to be framed? Is this Riva gets them all together and then you talk and convince them like, hey, this is my grand plan and it's going to be awesome because you're the mastermind behind this whole situation? Or are you trusting, like, is Riva going to open for you? Like, what's the idea here?
So long term specifically, we're looking to get a couple of saboteurs to come with us on a trek across the wilderness to try and break through the
basically survive the deadly storms, find the device in the center of it and break it. Not break it, but like rip it out of its mainframe. Figure out what you need to do to turn it off, and then take it with you.
I mean, I think the angle is fairly simplistic, right? It's saying, hey, the storms that everyone's heard about, we've got a group of people here who are good at survival. We can provide you with equipment. Come with us, and we're going to find out what's going on. Come with us, we're going to find it out, and we might even turn it off.
Yeah.
Just
so it's like a curiosity thing?
Yeah, a bit of a curiosity, sense of adventure kind of thing. Maybe off, the idea of a bit of prestige. Oh yeah, I braved the Ring of Storms.
Are you offering them like payment of any sort?
I think that's conditional on the roll.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Right.
That makes sense. Yep.
Because there's a whole set of they'll only do it ifs.
Yeah.
That could be chosen from. And then we could look at those when we get there, because it's very possible there's just a group of people out here who would be more than willing to just go along and discover what's going on.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, do you want to say anything in particular, like in character, or just make the roll? Either one's fine with me. I mean, you've already said kind of what your gist is.
Yeah, that's the gist of what he's given. Sure. Without specific details on the actual, like, the name of the place and some sense of what it actually is that. Yeah, like, this is like session 1, so I'm like building my concept of the quest ahead of myself here. I haven't thought about it more than 5 minutes. So yeah, no speech this time.
Cool.
Before we enter the temple, I have some thoughts as to probably wanting to give a speech, maybe even performance art.
Yeah.
Because, I'll take boosts when I can get them.
Yeah. Cool. Find common ground. Roll that sway.
Can we go back to the family page again?
You can indeed. I believe you can also get help on this with, you can add +1 to your roll because of your artists that came with you, because they have sprouting ideas, and this is an idea.
Yes. Okay. So I get a +1 for that.
How do they help you with this? I'm curious about this. Are they in the crowd pretending to be other people that want to join?
I think there's some of it. I think too, maybe we've been here a couple of days.
Yeah.
Right.
We have for sure.
There's like there are a couple of like establishments that aren't inhabited by the locals, that are like, there's your typical like like tavern cantina-ish places that are in like the way stops, but there's only like 2 or 3. It's not a bustling commerce center by any means.
Yeah.
But we've been here a couple of days, and so these artists have been out between like new graffiti or like posters and stuff, just kind of generally spreading ideas around the storms.
Yeah.
Whether it be like, I'm not good with this IRL. Like I can imagine a few things, but it probably wouldn't work super well. But like posters of like, just kind of generically posing the question of what's in the storm and that kind of thing. Just kind of drum up some interest so that when Riva goes around and actually gathers some people together, that's already kind of the buzz that oh hey, we've seen all these things around town. These are the people behind it. What do they have to say? Maybe I'm more amenable to it. And then there are a couple of them in the crowd as well. To throw in just a little bit of that extra assent when needed, the occasional straw man question to be answered in an inspiring way.
Cool.
Kind of deal. I have a +2 sway, correct?
Yes. Do you want to spend a fused die?
Yes, I think we're going to spend it on echoes.
Yeah.
Because this is an echo of the past. So that gets to be a 1d6 plus 3 plus 6, so plus 9. Just automatic success.
It's an automatic success.
But now the question is, I don't even have to roll because it's going to be a 10 plus, but I might as well roll my 13.
Cool. Lit. Those infused die, man.
On a hit, they'll do it if you meet their terms. On a 7 to 9, player picks 2. Both must be met. On a 10 plus, they pick 1.
Okay. Let's see. The two I'm looking at are either you give them something now that's worth it, like being paid to do it, or you reveal your full agenda here. Like, I think that maybe that's the one I want to go for, just because like I feel like their curiosity is piqued and the whole night is just spent asking questions. Right? They are very interested in this, and if you answer their questions, if you actually tell them what's going on, they'll go with you.
Okay. I think since they're wilderness dwellers, I don't like the idea of having to put my entire plan out into the wild.
Yeah.
But as a condition of getting this to work, it gets to happen. So, I think...
You have a band of dedicated, loyal followers now, though.
Yeah. He lays it out. He's like, okay. Our intention is to seek out a device. I think he kind of... I think eventually when pressed, he brings up, this is about the temple. And it's like, okay, exploring, we're going to find the source of this thing. There's probably some tech, something cool to take apart and recover.
Yeah.
People keep pressing. They're like, hey, but why do you want it? Why do you want it? Why do you want it? And he says, okay, I want it because we're going to rebuild the temple. We're going to be rebuilding that Cyclopean temple. And, I think everybody at that point, they're kind of hooked. They're like, okay, this guy has big dreams because that temple's been there longer as anyone can remember.
And nobody touches it. Everyone just
people don't go in there to touch it. Yeah, like this guy's crazy.
But in the best kind of way.
And I think he maybe even has some projection equipment to kind of show
literally
off.
A slide projector.
It's a holographic slide projector where you can kind of you can show off a little bit. Okay, this is the temple as it exists. These are some of the plans. Just kind of to bring them into the dream.
Show them the blueprint,
so to speak. Yeah. Show them the imagination. Show them what he dreams to build out of this place.
Yeah, real quick, since we haven't gotten a good description of Callicrates yet, we know he's masculine, has a sharp face, alert eyes, and a scrawny body, but like, what is he wearing? Give us some details about like what he looks like as he's describing all this stuff.
So I think Callicrates is, he's fairly tall, very thin. He's got a pair of spectacles that he kind of wears down on his nose. And he's got like cargo pants and like a black jacket on. He's kind of he's kind of, what's the term? Literally on the tip of my tongue, and yet I can't remember it. His look isn't. He's kind of, unassuming. But the way he lights up physically as he, the way he lights up as he explains his ideas, and the animated way in which the animated and charismatic way in which he presents them, you almost forget for a moment that it's a rather unattractive dude standing there on the stage.
Yeah, sure.
Like, he's not the prettiest guy to look at. He's just kind of more mousy.
Yeah. But he just has that kind of passion about him that's just infectious. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, they're totally on board. I mean, I guess the last question I have for you is, because it's the full agenda, so do you tell them that the reason is we're getting the vision to go there?
Yeah, I mean, full agenda is how it's phrased, right?
You reveal your full agenda here. And you can say like, and this is something that I don't want to ever leave this room until it happens. Like, this is the secret mission, like, and you are all sworn to secrecy. That can be a thing.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, that's how he frames it. Yeah.
Cool. Because that's interesting too, right? To be like, oh yeah, we're all in on something together. Like, this is a secret project. Cool. Yeah, these guys are totally on board. So into it, and obviously their passion can wane later through various means. Maybe something will happen, but for now they are completely 100% on board with this. Yes. And I think a lot of it probably is there's a bunch of people who just haven't done anything with their lives, right? And I think that's why the Sunset Market brought them here. These people weren't specifically working for work; they were looking for purpose, and they ended up here because the Sunset Market knew they needed this job, right? And so they're ready. I think because I was thinking about this earlier, I think your demolition guy, what is his name like Ordo or something like that? I can't remember what his name was, but
Odio,
yeah, that's what it was. I think he's also came along with Riva, like just initially, just because I think he would be a part of this project for sure.
Yeah.
And he can be the kind of like head saboteur of this whole situation. And he's a quick character that we've had before, and I think it'd be interesting to just have him continue to tag along with Riva in this endeavor. This is definitely right up his alley.
He survived an age turn. It's been 5 years.
Yeah.
He still can't read.
Well, cool. I mean, do you want to just call it there then? We can get.
I would like to. Yeah.
We can get to the Deadly Storm next time, right?
Yeah.
This is like a good kind of first step to that, and we don't even have to necessarily like go back to this right away. Obviously we do if we go to Callicrates next, but we can just keep following these pieces as they go, as Callicrates has his mission unfold.
Yes.
That's really cool, and this gives Riva something to do too that it'll be interesting to see about. So I am down. Well, I think that's it. Though I guess, technically Seraphiel gets another thing. Do you want to just add another tech? Carly? Yeah, just add another tech. Yeah, because we zoomed out twice basically, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. You can do that too.
2 free tech for Carly.
Exactly, yeah.
Just for sticking it out.
Yeah.
This time of night, I just, on a Sunday, I'm like, my brain is foggy and I have no like creative energy.
That's perfectly fair.
Yeah, totally. Well, there you go. I think that is our game for today. This was a really fun opening to the Age. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. I cannot wait to see what horror hell the Tannerin will get up to. So down with that. Poor real horror hell. Like his soul is looking down from heaven, like saying no.
How could you?
Yeah, exactly. So I am.
Well, that's an interesting question to ask. Do heralds go to heaven?
Yes.
They do have a soul of some kind, but they
can
like
die.
angels.
So I'm honestly imagining it. So I recently watched Noah, right? That Darren Aronofsky 2014 film where he totally just takes the story of Noah and makes it into like a weird epic fantasy environmentalist film, which is, as it's a standalone thing, it was actually very interesting. As a biblical adaptation, it was horrendous. But the reason I bring that up is there are like Nephilim in that, these like fallen angels, right? And they are giant rock monsters and they're like being, which is like spiritual and made of light. When they came to Earth to like help Adam's like children or whatever, like do their thing on Earth because they felt bad for humanity apparently. God cursed them by like having their light form encased in this stone. That's kind of what I'm imagining for the heralds, is that
like they've just become corrupted by this world, and
not even that, but like when they were sent to this place specifically by God, they were encased. Their spirit was encased in a material form, and so their real self is the soul.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And so they are actual spiritual beings, but they were encased in robotic forms to exist on this plane, right?
So Harahel just doesn't have a physical.
He doesn't have a physical body anymore.
He's just spirit.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. That wasn't him. That was his. Unlike humans, they are angels are not soul bodies, right? They are just spiritual beings. So he is.
Which means that Harahel's spirit is still out there somewhere.
Exactly.
So that's an interesting implication. Does he just go back and do spirit work now because you don't have a body to go back to?
Or is he gonna get a new body at some point? Because he still has work to do.
Do we know God is coming back? Maybe he's bringing Harahel with him. Because okay, guys, we have a chop shop of old gods. Remember, all the dead heralds are there. It could entirely possible be that when God returns, he brings a bunch of souls of heralds with him and inhabits them in these old bodies again.
Oh,
right? Yeah. That could be really cool.
I'm picturing big triumphant music as a bunch of desiccated,
undead robots.
unmaintained, rusty robot bodies clank and wrench their way out of the chop shop.
Well, this is the thing. If the heralds, and this is just me, this is exciting. I think if the heralds got wind of the fact that this could happen, maybe they go find all the bodies and fix them all up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they fix up the husks and get them ready for the souls to return. That could be a totally cool thing.
Oh, yes. That would be a neat plotline.
You're definitely going to need a surplus of recruits if that happens. Cool. Awesome. Well, I love this game. I'm really excited that we got to switch the day and continue it. And even though scheduling happens and it's weird, we're still trucking along and it is a fun ride. I'm excited for this game and where it goes. So there you go. That's the Hellbreaker sequence for this week, episode 12. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Hellbreaker sequence. Adios.